Hey there, friends. It's Charlie from Camp by Vika. Hope you are doing well. Let's learn a magic trick together, shall we? All you need for this is a deck of cards. And even if you don't have a deck of cards and you just want to watch and learn something, that's cool too. But yeah, this is a card trick, so you'll need a deck of cards. So this is a super easy trick, and I'll do a version for you right now, and then I'll teach it to you. But this is really this is a move more than a trick. Um, you can do a billion things with this. This is all up to your creativity. Once you learn this kind of opens the door to a bunch of tricks. So yeah, this one move is going to teach you a lot. So if I had somebody with me here, they would pick a card. So if you were here with me, let's pretend you're here with me and you pick a card, and it can really be any card. And I'm picking one, but it could be any card, right? So I'm gonna look away. You got it there. So usually you would have somebody they would look at it. So in this case, it's the five of spades. But I don't know that. I don't know that. I'm just showing you so that we're on the same page. All right. So five of spades. We're gonna put it back in the deck, and it could be anywhere. So you would put it in, and you could put it in anywhere, right? And then we're gonna give the deck a couple cuts. So we're gonna do a cut there. We're gonna do a cut there. Cut there, and we're gonna do a shuffle, so it's really mixed in. All right, that's the idea. It's really mixed in, and we'll do a shuffle that'll so you could really see it, so you can really see really shuffled in there. All right, I don't know where it is, you don't know where it is, and then you're just gonna need your magic words. All right, and hopefully you could see this. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna drop it, or I'm gonna teach you a bunch of ways you could show the end. But you're gonna say, hey, you know a magic word? Give us a magic word. They say hocus pocus. They say whatever. They say jelly beans. They say Camp by Vika. It's whatever they want. And then you go 1, 2, 3, and then you drop it. And this cool thing, I'll do it again because that didn't really work. But 1, 2, 3, and my camera knocks over because I did it too hard. But essentially what happens is it flies out of the deck. So it flies out of the deck, it separates itself. One card and one card only separates itself. It's the five of spades, it jumped out. You can't really see what's supposed to happen there, but that's okay. Because this is really, it's really what I want to teach you today is just that. Having one card looks like it's shuffled in, which really it's not. So you can do whatever you want with it. So let me show you how that works. So you have them pick a card, and we'll just keep using the five of spades so it's easy, so we remember that. All right, so what's happening there is I fan it out, or I just kind of go like this, and all I'm doing is they're putting it in. All right, so as they're putting it in, I'm grabbing on top of where they're putting it in, just like that, as I'm squaring everything together. And I'm getting what's called a pinky break. That's what I'm going to teach you today. So, to get a pinky break, you're grabbing everything in, while everything that goes on top, you're just putting your pinky there to get a break. But they don't see that. Alright? Does that make sense? So you have that where you're closing everything, and I will give you one more good view here. You do this. You do this kind of quickly. You might have to practice this once or twice. But everything. So they put the card in. So they have the card. This is them with the card. They put it there. They're closing everything in, and you kind of back up. And as you're backing up, you stick your finger in where everything else is, so it stays there. So there you go. You got your pinky break. So then after you got your pinky break, you do a cut on top of your break. I don't know if you can see that. You do a cut on top of your break, and then you do another cut, and you put that there, so that the cards are down here. So then I got my five of spades right here, and then I put the whole thing on top, and then boom. See, I got the five of spades on top. It looks like I shuffled it, but no, I still have it. There you go. So with that, you don't have to do, and I'll show you what I usually do. But with that, you could keep talking to them, and you could go and you could because you don't know the card, you didn't see any of this, right? So you could go and you could take a peek. I do that sometimes. It'd be like, oh, I don't know your card, but I have it on top, right? So I'm talking to them, and I look in here, and I look at the card on top, right? So I look at the 5 of spades, and I'm like, oh, really imagine it, and I pretend to read their mind, because I have it here on top, and I got a peek. So I'm like, oh, is it a red card? Is it a black card? And you could just pretend to read their mind because you shuffled it in, but you got a peek. So I do that sometimes. Does that make sense? You just look at it. So you do your break, just like I showed you, and then you just take a look. You find an excuse to go like this, and you look at the top card, and then you're like, okay, I got it now in my head, and then you find a way to reveal it. Or my favorite way to do it, which is the way I did earlier, which you didn't really see well, but that's okay. Is it kind of jumps out of the deck, so you drop it. So what you need to do is you take your deck, and you, with your thumb or whatever, you kick it out. You kick that top card out a little, just like that. And you grab the whole thing, so that it's sticking out a little. And then when you drop it, when it's sticking out a little like that, it kind of flies out. You're going to have to practice that a few times. But, so you drop the whole thing, and this is going to separate itself. Let's see if I can get a good example of it. I'll use a book here and see if it actually drops out. Usually this is on the floor, so it looks better. But, so you drop the whole thing, and there we go. My camera's just gonna drop again, but yeah, you get the point. It'll jump out of the deck, and it'll be super cool, and your friends will be like, wow, huh, ooh, wow, you did a magic trick. So yeah, thank you so much for doing that with me. I'm excited to see if that helps you guys at all. If you are able to do it, let me know if you have any questions. Have a great week. Thanks, guys. Bye.